All right, I call the Northborough Southborough Regional School Committee's special open meeting of Thursday, March 13th, 2025, to order at 7:40 p.m. Pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023, an act relative to extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency, signed into law on March 29th, 2023, this meeting will be conducted via remote participation. No in-person attendance by members of the public will be permitted. And at this time, I'll turn it over to Superintendent Martineau.
Thank you, Chris. So the purpose of this meeting is to review the superintendent recommended budget. I know at last week's regional meeting, we did present a draft budget. And since we received new information regarding healthcare costs, we went back and made some modifications to adjust for those increased line items. So this evening, we'll be presenting the budget and answering any questions. And if it's the will of the committee, I'll go through the abbreviated version.
Yes, please.
I'll share my screen.
And then, Greg, while you're pulling that up, maybe I'll just make a quick remark, speaking for, and Chris can also comment if I leave anything out, but just to provide additional context beyond the meeting that was held on, I think it was February 25th of the day, we had a operating budget subcommittee meeting where we went through the budget in a bit more detail. And for anyone that was in attendance last evening, and we had the discussion around the impact of the transportation contract and bid, and how folks felt that really there was no decision to be made. I think the superintendent and the finance team have done a really nice job of responding to unexpected increases in costs. Some of the things that they've had to pull out are things that were things that we wanted added as a school committee. But I think collectively the operating budget subcommittee is supportive of it, and understands the climate of where we are, where it feels like the terms are being dictated for us as opposed to being proactive. But again, it comes with what you're going to see tonight, comes with full support.
Matt is correct. That is absolutely what came out of our last operational budget meeting. So thank you, Matt.
Right. So can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the budget that we were reviewing last week with the regional school committee was at a 5.42% increase, which was a level services budget. With incremental growth, we had added the $30,000 for innovation grants, as well as $70,000 for communication and marketing. Since then, Becky and the finance team and central office leadership team and principals, Sean and his team, went back to the drawing board to see how we could accommodate the healthcare cost increase. So the budget we're presenting to you this evening is a 6.2% increase over fiscal year 25. So again, the budget process from initial budget requests to the recommended budget. So we had an extra step. We were hoping to present the recommended budget last week. But again, it is $29,598,094, which is a 6.2% increase over fiscal year 25. It includes the 1.8 FTE reductions, various line items. It removes the communications and innovation funding. It adds the health insurance increased costs. It also adds the transportation bid, the actual cost for the bid with adults. So the total reduction is $215,938.
And if I can just jump in, those parentheses were incorrect. It should have been an addition, not a reduction.
I'm sorry, Becky.
The 215 at the bottom, it should have,
Okay.
those parentheses should not have been there. Sorry.
It was thank you. It was an addition of 215,000.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. I'm so used to taking away. So
And again, we shared this last week. The major budget line item drivers are transportation, which is up 47%, health insurance, which is up 20%, retirees health insurance 15%, and then those in instructional sped, cost of living increases, those total a little under $1.7 million or $1.36 million. In addition, we did discuss at last week's meeting scaling back the capital projects that were going to assess each community. There's conversations around the technology, infrastructure, and equipment using end of year funds in FY25 to complete that project, focusing on the roof repair as the sole project to assess each of the communities. And we did speak with Mike Gorman and Keith Lavoy, waiting to complete the sidewalk surveillance system upgrade and parking lot seal coating. So the assessment to each town for Northborough is 107, and then Southborough is 67,000. And I'll turn it over to Becky to talk about the assessments.
So based on the revised budget and also the reduction in the capital assessment to both communities, we have also revised the assessments that we will be putting forward to the two towns. So the left column entitled non-exempt represents the operational budget and its impact to each community. The exempt debt column is for the renovation project to Algonquin, and this will be the second to last year that this assessment will be made to both communities. And then finally, the non-exempt capital and debt is for the athletic complex debt, which this summer we will be going out for our permanent financing on, as well as the $175,000 in capital assessment to both communities. So as you can see for Northborough, it totals $15,900,294, which is a 5.33% increase over fiscal year 25. And Southborough's assessment is $10,070,308, or a 6.51% increase. And do you want me to continue, Greg?
Sure.
Sure. So in summary, the recommended budget that we are presenting to you tonight is a $29,598,094 operational budget. It is an increase over fiscal year 25 of $1,726,668, or 6.2% increase. And if we do pass a budget tonight, the next phase of this would be the public hearing that we do have scheduled, I think, for Tuesday, March 25th, and that would be a virtual public hearing at 8 p.m.
And just one comment, although the budget increase went from 5.42% to 6.2%, the overall assessment to each community is less than the 5.42% because of the removal of some of those capital projects that we're not assessing to the communities.
So just a question would be, so we're definitely staying within the limits of Prop 2.5. We're not asking the towns to stretch beyond that, and the finance officials in both communities are comfortable with the numbers we're going to be presenting?
Correct.
Very good. Do we have any other questions or comments from the committee? Amelia?
I just had a question because I saw that one of the like funding things that will be scaled back is the communications and innovation funding. Is that going to impact students at all?
So that was new, Amelia. So that was new to this year's budget. The school committee was looking to enhance our communications out to the community to share all the great things that are happening. So it's no change from what we currently have because it's been removed from the budget. The $30,000 was for teachers to try small innovative pilots around innovative practices. So that was also something that would have been new in FY26. Although I think it would have positively impacted, what teachers are doing in the classroom, therefore impact students. I don't think it's going to have an impact on what students experience currently, and compared to what they'll experience next year.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Amelia. All right, any other questions from the committee?
I just had a quick question. Out of the 1.7 that was the overall increase, how much of that was transportation and the healthcare costs? That seemed like it was over a million in terms of the increase, right?
Correct. Becky, do you have that?
Yes, so the transportation cost was a $600,000 increase from FY25. The active employee health insurance was $526,000, and our retiree health insurance was $141,000. So it was probably about, I would say, 1.25 million.
Thanks.
And then, which I think is a particularly pointed question, maybe just on that topic, can you also just add, if you have it available, how much of the increase relates to the merit increase in teacher contracts that's contractual?
So there are a few lines that are experiencing, more of a COLA increase. However, because of the way that we have determined not to backfill certain positions as teachers are leaving the district, we're actually seeing in that particular line a decrease. And it's solely because the number of FTEs will not be the same next year.
Just trying to figure out, because there's $1.7 million the increase. Just a reminder of like the other cause of the increase, like how much of it is contractually based in terms of like what we're actually, even though it sounds like such a big number to increase and a big percentage, a lot of it is just based on contractual commitments.
Yeah, I would say of the 6.2%, almost 4.5% or a little bit more, 4.75% is transportation, healthcare, retiree insurance, and the rest are just increases in the regular line items. So if we took away those increases, it would be a 1.25% budget increase over fiscal year 25.
That's enough for me.
All right, any other questions? I think you guys have put together an amazing budget for us to work with here, given the circumstances that we're dealing with. And you've been asked to do a lot over a really, really short period of time to get this to the place that it's at. And I think the efforts that you've made to minimize changes to the experiences of students says a lot about what your priorities are as an administration. And I'm very thankful that you guys were able to put this together in a form that is at least accepted by the finance committees of both communities. And I think it still puts us in a position to provide an excellent education for the students at Algonquin. So thank you very much.
No, Chris, if I could just echo that, thank Principal Bevan and the leadership team at the high school. They had to do a lot of work and serious work and having conversations and really rethinking in a short period of time. So thank you, Sean. And
Thank
also Becky and the finance team. They've been doing this for the region, but also in Northborough and Southborough. So in an already busy schedule, this additional work has been, a lot, and they've handled it with great skill and grace.
Thank you.
Thank
right.
you, Greg. We're happy to do it. It's not been easy, but it's doable work, and we get such good support from the community and from this committee that we're happy to deliver this time easily. It's been tough, but it's very doable work, and we can provide a great service to kids with whatever budget.
All right, at this time, not hearing any other discussion, I will entertain a motion to approve the superintendent's recommended FY26 budget.
So moved.
Moved by Matt
I'll second.
and second by Sean. All right, any additional discussion? All right, then at this time, we'll have a roll call vote. Sean,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Kathleen, Kathleen, did I hear yes? Did I hear yes?
He is
Um,
present.
She is present. So,
I can text her. Yes, she.
yes, okay, yes. She votes yes. And I am also a yes. The motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much again for all of your work. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to discuss this evening? All right. Then at this time, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
To adjourn?
To adjourn.
I move. Yes.
Moved by Sean,
Second?
second by Chris. Any discussion? All right, we'll have a roll call vote. Sean,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Kathleen.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Okay.
And just to confirm, you were a yes on the budget too, correct?
Yes. When I couldn't get my my audio working, I texted Greg. Yes.
All right, no, that's great. Thank you. And I myself am a yes. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you so much, everybody, for your attendance and hard work.
All right. Thank you for convening tonight. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, everyone.